What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome back into JC's Pop Culture, where I'm presenting you all kinds of pop culture content. Could be anything from trailer reaction to what we have today, and that's movie news. Another Superman Legacy update coming at you, and this is a pretty hefty one. We've got filming locations confirmed. We may have had a leak of the Superman Legacy logo coming from the table read. We're going to talk a little bit about that table read because James Gunn shared a cast photo, and within that cast photo, we get a look at Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor shaved head. He's shaving his head for the role, just like, Michael Rosenbaum and many have done before him. So that's good. Not using a bald cap or anything. We got the shaved head of Nicholas Holt. We'll show you that photo. Talk a little bit about that. Talk about a little bit about the filming locations. But let's not bury the lead here. How about a look at the potential logo that may be used for Superman Legacy? All right, and this is coming courtesy of Culture Crave on X, and this came from Isabella Merced's IG story, who, of course, is playing Hawkgirl in the film. There you see the picture that has the logo there in the corner, and I'm sure a lot of comic book fans recognize this logo because it looks eerily similar to the Kingdom Come Superman logo. And as you see here, Culture Crave sharing a better look at the logo that it appears was used at the Superman Legacy table read. So the fact that this may be the logo that's used in this Superman film could certainly hint at some Kingdom Come influences for this movie. So that's very interesting. But I think the most exciting part is that we could have a look at what our, S symbol could look like when we see it on Superman himself in the film there. So that could be the S we see on Kal-El's chest, could be the logo they very well use for Superman Legacy. It appears it was used for the table read. And speaking of that table read, let's take a look now at the cast photo that James Gunn was nice enough to share with us here. This is courtesy of a Deadline article in which they talk a little bit about the cast photo from the table read. But you will see, of course, the one thing that everyone's kind of highlighting from it, the glimpse of Nicholas Holt as Lex Luthor briefly there. Do they misspell Luthor? Isn't it Luthor, or am I insane? But nonetheless, after the table read with the Superman cast, Gunn wrote Eve, Mr. Terrific, Superman / Clark, Otis, Lex, producer Peter Safran, Jimmy, Metamorpho, Lois, Hawkgirl, me, Guy, the engineer, all together for the first time. What a wonderful day. Let's take a look at the photo here. All right, so as you see here, from James Gunn's Instagram himself, writer, director, and of course, head of the DCU, Superman Legacy kicking off the live action side in 2025. And there's our first look at a lot of the cast there. You saw him name them off. Our Superman himself in the very back, towering over everyone. And of course, Nicholas Holt debuting the shaved head as Lex Luthor there beside of him. So this photo certainly gets you excited. A table read going on means that filming is about to be underway, and we're not that far away from finally getting the DCU kickstarted with Superman Legacy. I'm so excited for this shit, guys. And the last piece of news that I want to talk about here on this Superman Legacy update, which be sure if you're a fan of Superman, Superman Legacy, superhero movies in general, be sure to subscribe here to the channel. I'm going to be updating Superman Legacy news in the lead up to the film's release. I'll also talk a ton about comedy movies, horror movies, and EA Sports College Football 25 if you're into that game as well. So if any of that sounds like it's up your alley, hit the subscribe button, hop on here at JC's Pop Culture. It's going to be a fun ride. We always have a lot of fun here talking movie and TV shows. But having said that, speaking of movie news, let's talk a little bit about where Superman Legacy may be filming. As this came out today, DC Studios' upcoming Superman Legacy to film scenes in Cleveland and Cincinnati. So it sounds like Ohio will be a prominent location used in the filming here. This coming from Cleveland.com. The Man of Steel is coming home. Director James Gunn will shoot scenes for his upcoming Superman Legacy in Cleveland and Cincinnati. Cameras are expected to roll this summer. The movie, the first in new DC Studios co-chairs Gunn and Peter Safran's rebooted DC Universe, showed up last week in the Ohio Department of Development's biannual list of upcoming film and television productions that were awarded tax credits by the state. The project topped the list, receiving a tax credit of more than $11 million to film there in Ohio. The high-profile movie, however, flew under the radar because it appeared under the film's working title, Genesis. Midwest Movie Maker was the first outlet to make the connection. So, and then it goes on in this article to talk a little bit about it only seems like a small portion of the film's budget is being used there in Ohio. So, could be some on location things, maybe. As it says, the majority of filming is expected to take place at Trilla Studios in Fayetteville, Georgia, near Atlanta. Probably a lot on a sound stage there for a lot of the special effects stuff and things they have to do in that aspect of the film. But we do know, now multiple locations. Obviously, we knew Atlanta probably was going to be involved, but now Ohio as well is going to be in the mix. Cleveland and Cincinnati. And of course, the reason it says the Man of Steel coming home is I believe that's where Joe Schuster and Jerry Siegel were from, is Ohio, if I'm not mistaken, because we know, of course, Clark's from Kansas and Krypton. So obviously not necessarily Superman himself's home, but the creators, I think, is what they meant by that. But yeah, it looks like we have a location confirmed, Cleveland and Cincinnati, and of course, right there outside Atlanta, some filming locations for Superman Legacy. All right, hell yeah, guys. There we have it. A pretty big news dump, a pretty big update for Superman Legacy as it gets set to kick into production. I'm super excited for this film, obviously being the Superman fan that I am, but getting James Gunn involved here and heading up the DCU, I just can't wait to see what comes from this. And it's just got me super hype about how it could potentially turn out. I think we got a lot of fun in store. If you're a fan of DC, if you're a fan of Superman, or just a fan of superhero films in general. And having said that, what are your thoughts here on any of this news? Those are just my opinions. Would love to hear yours there. Share them in the comments. And if you're a fan of any of those things I just listed, you should definitely subscribe here to JC's Pop Culture, where we talk about them a lot, along with horror movies, comedy movies, TV shows, and like I said, EA Sports College Football 25. So if any of that stuff sounds like it's up your alley, be sure hop on here for the ride at JC's Pop Culture, where we'll have a lot of fun. And if you made it this far in the video, hit the thumbs up button. Helps a shit ton with the YouTube algorithm. But having said that, as always, I'm JC, guiding you through here on JC's Pop Culture. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.